So let's talk about Amira Israel. Let's talk about Amira Israel. I'm gonna try to find a good video. Oh, you know who had a good video? Monty Mattered. Monty Mattered. She had a good video about it. Let's talk about it. We're gonna watch the video first, then we're gonna break it down. We're gonna watch the video first, then we're gonna break it down.
Just passed a $1.15 trillion defense bill, including Section 219, that would essentially merge the U.S. and Israeli military. But they also attached the SAVE Act to the defense bill. The vote passed 216 to 212 today with 6 Democrats joining. It would have been beaten if they hadn't joined. And it now passes Section 219 that essentially merges the United States and Israeli military, including resources, intel, weapons technology. It essentially enmeshes them into the same military force. We have never been so conjoined with a foreign military force ever before. But they also attach the SAVE Act to it, what Trump's been calling a voter ID bill. It is not. It is a voter disenfranchisement bill, because you can't take your real ID that you had to bring in your birth certificate for, that you had to prove where you live for. In order to get all those documents you had to bring, you can't bring your real ID. You have to have a passport, which many Americans don't have, and it's not affordable for most people. But also, if you are a woman who your name does not match your birth name because you got married, you are disenfranchised from voting, because they don't specify within the bill what you can bring in order to register to vote. They don't say if your marriage license is enough. They don't say what it is you have to bring. And they threaten the person accepting your paperwork with jail time if they get it wrong. It is intentionally vague, intentionally frustrating, and intentionally expensive, so that people will not register to vote, so that they can encourage a low voter turnout, because when there is low turnout, Republicans do better. The goal of this is to disenfranchise voters. It will most dramatically impact rural voters, elderly voters, disabled voters, and women voters. They attached it to a defense spending bill that they thought they could push through because of resources needed for the endless, no need to be over there war in Iran that merged our military with Israel. Now they're trying to also change voting with a defense bill. And the $1.15 trillion, by the way, would have funded all public colleges being free, forgiven all medical debt in the United States, and funded around 30% of universal health care. We do not have a money problem. We have a priorities problem. Also, here are the 6 Democrats that voted yes.
Yo, y'all know, like, Lo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, usually, bro, it ain't that bad. Usually, it's not that bad, right? This 1.5 trillion or 1.15 trillion dollar defense bill, this bad, bro, and it goes all the way throughout 2027. Let me tell you why this is bad. One, this is bad because you know that war that we started with Iran, and it was looking decent, like no boots on the ground and shit. You know that war? Well, this $1.15 trillion defense bill, it has those expenses included in it. It got a lot more money for our military, actually. So yeah, they about to fuck them niggas up in Iran. They about to go do some crazy shit. One, it's not fully passed yet. It got to go through the Senate, but yeah. Two, this means they can do whatever they want, bro. And I'm not talking about us day. I'm talking about Israel day. This is really the United States of Israel. Like, that's really what this is right now. And why I said it is because this is like an allyship, but I wouldn't even call this an allyship. This is literally like a merge. If you look at the things within the bill and the levels of access that Israel has just gotten from the United States Pentagon, and like what they can do now with the information, they have access to everything. And when I say everything, I mean they literally have access to like everything. Anything you could think of that is under the umbrella of military and like intel, they got all that access. It's like, yeah, they swiping that bitch. You feel me? So yeah, that's terrible when you talk about a country that is being led by a genocidal maniac in Yahoo now. Yeah, that's really bad. It's really bad, and there's no easy way to slice it. And this is why it is so incredibly important to vote. This is why it is so incredibly important to know who you're voting for and understand the lines of what we're talking about, right? This is why we always have this conversation, like black liberals, black conservatives, leftists. We always have this conversation about why Palestine matters, why Israel matters, why these things matter, right? This is why they matter, because like when you let a country like Israel, and when you let a country in general get unchecked when it comes to their power, when it comes to their influence, when it comes to their intelligence, these are the things that start to happen just for the greed of man. Literally the greed of man, right? We talk about the 6 Democrats that voted against it, right? Adam Gray, Henry Culler, Don Davis, Jared Goldman, Vincent Gonzalez. Yo, I should whoop your ass, Gonzalez. And Mary Glusenkamp Perez. First of all, I'm seeing too many ethnic names and last names in this list. What the fuck is we doing, right? But we know what y'all are doing. Y'all are getting paid to do these things, right? This is why it is so important to get these people the fuck out of here. They will sell your vote for their peace of mind when it comes to taking money from Israel, when it comes to taking money from defense contractors, when it comes to taking money from anybody who's waving a dollar in these bitch niggas' faces, right? None of these Democrats should see the light of day. And I mean that in both ways, right? In the way that, A, after this term, they should not be representatives anymore. B, when we get the presidency back, because time will move on, these people are going to get prosecuted. You cannot make up how severe a decision like this on their part is, because yes, the Democrats would have won if these 6 Democrats did not vote against the party. That also shows you how fucking weak of a leader our party leaders are, because have some backbone. Why, like, if I'm a party leader of the Democratic Party, why am I not? There's no way you're voting against some shit like this. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to allow you to vote against some shit like this, right? But our entire government is compromised. So what do the American people have to do? The American people have to get outside. The American people have to vote. The American people have to get the fuck up and stop acting like anybody or any country will save us. Because before we know it, countries are going to start getting nuked. Countries are going to start getting bombed. Countries are going to start, like, they're letting Saudi Arabia enrich uranium. Like, countries are going to start getting nuked and bombed, and then there will be nobody that can save us. The reality of it is we're under the thumb of the oligarchs and the billionaires and the corrupt politicians that run not only this country, but at this point, the entire world. And that is it. And that is the reality of the situation. It's terrible, bro. It is absolutely terrible what is happening to a country that, shit, man, you grow up and they literally are telling you to, like, you're supposed to have pride in this shit. You're supposed to have pride in America. You're supposed to be a patriot. And right now they have sold all of that shit away to Israel. All of that shit has just been sold away to Israel. Chat, this is literally treason. Like, this is like the definition of treason. Like, actually. Middle East is no longer safe, unfortunately. No. I mean, and to be honest, it never was. But, like, it's probably the farthest it's ever been from safe right now. Genuinely. We got to get that list of motherfuckers who asked for this shit. What you mean? The 79 million people? Yeah, like, for the Trump voters that allowed this defense bill to happen, and the reason why I say allow is because your incompetence and your ignorance and your racism just got Israel and the United States the most comfortable buddy we've ever been, right? What do you have to say for yourself, genuinely? I don't like, and this is where we also get into the conversation, is sorry gonna be enough for the amount of people that this defense bill is gonna kill? I don't know if sorry is gonna be enough. I need y'all niggas in the field. Fuck the sorry. I need y'all niggas in the field. I need y'all niggas putting y'all ass on the line the same way you put all of ours on the line. With your incompetence. Genuinely. With straight up incompetence, right? And and that also goes for people who during the election. Never mind. I ain't even gonna put her there because Kamala Harris is the reason why we're in this mess as well. And that's a conversation we're not ready to have yet. Kamala Harris is definitely a reason why we're in this mess. A reason why we're in this mess. A reason, and it's because she's also compromised by Israel. She's also compromised by Israel, or she wouldn't be going around like saying and doing the things she's doing, like endorsing Israel candidates, or not endorsing anybody in the Michigan Senate race. Like, it's a very easy. We just found out that Haley Stevens fucking political consultant is a nigga that works at Palantir. Damn, Haley Stevens top 5 contributors. And this is like a hard thing for Kamala Harris to do. This was like a quick Google search. This is a hard thing for Kamala Harris. She don't want to endorse nobody. This is a hard endorsement for Kamala Harris, she said. These is her tops. It's not even... Blackstone is in this bitch, gang. Microsoft Corp. Attorneys and law firms. Retired. And then pro-Israel. Y'all ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, we wonder why the merger and these things start happening. These are our politicians. Kamala Harris came out for all the people, and then because there's a bunch of leftists right now that are like, they saw the bill, or not leftists, sorry, liberals that saw the bill, and they're like, y'all niggas should have told motherfuckers to vote for Kamala. While I agree that in the vein of harm reduction, Kamala Harris should have been the nominee, and she should have been voted in the presidential candidate over Donald Trump, because probably would have been a lot better than what we are going through. This is still a woman, Kamala Harris, that can't come out with a Michigan Senate candidate. She still can't come out with an endorsement, even though one of the Democratic nominees, Haley Stevens, majority of her money is from pro-Israel and American Israel Public Affairs Committee. AKA AIPAC. It's like the proof is in the pudding, gang. And Microsoft, my nigga. And Blackstone, my nigga. Microsoft and Blackstone, my nigga. It's not a hard choice. All of these people are compromised. All of these people, except the people that aren't compromised. Like, we act as though it's a hard decision with Abdul Sayed or Haley Stevens. It's not. She got niggas on Palantir consultants that are working for her and for her campaign. It's not a hard decision. The longer we sit here and try to act as though this is a hard decision, the deeper the American and Israel relationship will get. And that's why the defense bill was even able to pass. Because not enough people are able to create that distinction between the two people. One person can say and recognize a genocide. One person can recognize that children are dying and getting bombed. One person can recognize the harsh realities of the war going on in Palestine, which we know what that is. The other person cannot. The other person gets paid to say different things or is paid to not say anything. It's not a hard decision. And if Kamala Harris can't make that decision, well, why would we want her to be voted back in as a president? Why would we want her voice in this political space anyways? And that goes for anybody who can't make that easy decision. Kamala, Jasmine, Obama, whoever can't make that decision, it's cooked for you, my nigga. Simple. I don't know why we do this whole back and forth bullshit. It's really not hard. It's a very simple thing. Once we are in the vein of we have a bunch of politicians that are taking no corporate PAC money, that are taking nothing from Israel, and Israel is out of American politics as a whole, once we're at that point, then we can start doing the harm reduction and the really looking at the XYZs. Until then, we shouldn't even have to look at policy. One person's getting fucking millions of dollars from a foreign country to influence our elections and influence what our politicians are doing for us, the civilians. The other person isn't. It's not that hard. It's genuinely not that fucking hard. It's not that hard. If a nuke drop, none of that 2 million that Haley Stevens got, if a nuke drop on Michigan, that's it. Over with. Because that's another thing. If Americans think they just finna fuck niggas shits up, nah, somebody is going to retaliate eventually. You think, I mean, what? Somebody will retaliate eventually. And a lot of people will die, gang. Is it that hard to say it's a genocide? It's not. It's literally not even like a conversation.